everyone. Okay, now as you might have heard already in the video, if you didn't fast forward, if I cough or whatever, I might try to play music over that part, but I'm going to attempt to take you as far as I can through this process. If it speeds up on me or whatever, you know, I might end up pausing or whatever, just for my own sanity. But here we go. So we have our oils here, and I have my lye water, and I also have on hand my vinegar just in case. So I'm going to add my lye water in here. Actually, oops, almost made a mistake. Already, can you imagine? Already. So let's get this oil back off. And I need to stir up and add my clay, kaolin clay, and my cream before I add my lye, because I want to give it a blend. I want to give it a mix. So I'm going to attempt to get as much of this out as I can without dropping the container in. It doesn't have to be all of it. It's kind of hard to get it all. I'll do my best. Go ahead and drop that in the dirty bucket. Let's give it a spin here with the good old mixer. Can you see? We'll try to get as much of that clay mixed in as I can. Now, I don't have to worry about it going past trace or anything at this point, because I don't have my lye in it. I know you probably can't hear me, and I'm sorry. This is a new stick blender for me. I got it on sale during Black Friday. Alright. I don't really see too many more clumps in there. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and add my lye water in. I hope you can see. I add my lye very slowly to my mixture. I know that the lye water is probably, bucket is probably in your way. Now I'm going to take my vinegar and spritz down the sides and interior of my lye container. I'm no lye expert, but I've watched a fair number of soapers who say that vinegar neutralizes lye, kind of renders it harmless, and that's enough for me. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a blend. I don't want to take it too far, because I don't know what this scent is going to do. And that's about as far as I'm going to take it, because I'm going to section off. I'm going to scent it. I'm going to scent it all, but I'm going to section off part for colors. So now I use 1% of my total in fragrance. Oh, it smells divine. Because, well, the first scent I used was 1%, so that's 9 grams in case you're wondering, off our 2-pound batch. It's 1.5 grams, or 4.5 grams if you're using a 1-pound batch. You add 4.5 for every one up. I know some fragrances allow you to go up to, now I don't need very much for the colors at all. Just make sure you can see. I don't need very much for the colors at all. It's just they're going to be, I want most of this to be mixed with my titanium dioxide. A little bit more. A little bit more. Alright, we're going to set those aside and get the titanium in to the main batch because it needs to be mixed up first. I don't think I used enough oil here, to be honest with you, for my titanium, but we shall see. We shall see. I want this to be white. White. After all, this is the heavenly scent, and in my opinion, heaven is pure, pure is white. You get where I'm going with that. So, let's see, take a tad bit of this. It doesn't seem to be rising at all, the fragrance, and it doesn't seem to be accelerating just yet. But I do need to move quickly because, you know, it does smell that it has somewhat of a floral in it. And most of you will know that florals tend to accelerate in co-process. But it smells, wow, this scent smells fantastic. I couldn't be more pleased. Even at 1%, it is, oh, so yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, it's so yummy. I don't think this is going to be as white as I wanted it to be, but I'm just going to clean out the rest of the bowl here. Oh, this scent. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, I have used several scents now, and this is far and beyond the best one of them all. I'm just trying to give that titanium dioxide something to bite onto here. Get it all mixed in. Get my stick blender mixed up there. Set that off. Alright, this is still fluid. So I'm going to grab a napkin here. Wipe off the spatula I used for my kaolin clay. And this is going to be my pink. And I hope this camera holds out. If not, I'll do my best. I want this really pink, so I'm just going to go for it. But if what I was saying is if this camera battery dies, I will do my best to pause and carry on. Put new batteries in. I hate when it dies on you, or on me, on us. Us as in me and my lovely YouTube watchers. I've actually passed, I think I have 11 YouTube followers now. That's not too bad since I've been doing this less than a month. It might be horrible actually, I don't know, but I don't think it's too bad. Before I stick blend the pink, I'm going to get the yellow in to its container. Got a little bit of that white on that one too. Now there's a little less of the yellow here, and that's okay because it doesn't need to be exactly even. Alright, now I'm going to try to give this a stick blend if I can. Gotta be very careful because there's not very much in this bow, but I need to give it a stick blend. I'm doing it very lightly so it doesn't splatter outside the bow. Excuse me. Oh, this scent is, oh, I think this is by far my favorite, and I'm going to be ordering more. It truly is a heavenly scent, or heaven scent. Got a bit more of the pink here. Still got to be careful though, because it's not quite enough to cover up all those holes. Let's check on our white. Still perfectly fluid. This fragrance is not accelerated at all. That is fantastic. Not accelerated at all. Alright, so move that over there and give that a whiz. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, everything is really fluid. Really fluid. Which, in all honesty, isn't the best because I need it to thicken up a little bit. So that I can, I'm just stirring up things, but I need it to thicken up just a tad so that I can get it. There is a speck in there from the gosh darn shea butter. Okay, I'm gonna pause the camera, get a drink, see if I can get these to thicken up just a bit, clean up a little bit, and I'll bring you right back. Alright, so we are now at a medium trace, so we should be good to start getting it in our mold. Here's our mold. So I'm going to lay some of that down in there. I'm going to go to about halfway in the mold. Alright. I hope you can see, and I'm sorry if you can't. Give that all a stir. Sorry about the coughing again. There's really nothing I could do about that. I hate it, hate it, hate it. There's nothing I could do about it. So, grab a napkin here. This one little sucker is a little wet. Alright. So, it's still a little loose, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a go anyway. I'm going to try to pour. Maybe I should just drop swirl it. I was going to try for a solid layer, but it's thin enough that I might be able to drop swirl. And can you see? I think you can. Let me move this out of your view. Can you see? Alright. Let's see if we can do a drop swirl. I'm going to save just a little for the top. Oh, we're going to have a drip. No dripping. No dripping. Alright. So it didn't quite go in the way I had intended. So I'm going to get a spoon ready. Well, I'll just use one of my fishies. Alright. We're going to mix up the yellow real good. Make sure it's all mixed in. And I'm going to swirl that on top of the pink. Saving a little of that for the top as well. Alright, so I'm going to go in, down, down, down. And that's that. Woo! Alright. So I'm going to mix up my white. I think I might actually need this to be set up a little more, because I don't want it to go down into that. I want it to set on top. So I'm going to pause, try to get us a little thicker, and I'll bring you back. Hello everyone. Okay, I'm not sure that we have the right consistency, but it is a pretty heavy trace, so hopefully we have the right consistency. And I think I'm going to have too much, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour close and over the spoon in hopes that it won't sink in, and it is sinking in. So that's no good. That's no good at all. That's no good. So we may have to switch up our plans a little bit, because that pink and yellow were not at the same consistency as the white, and clearly have moved for it, which is not what I wanted to do, darn it. That's not what I wanted. Let's see what we got here besides a mess. We have plenty of soap left. Plenty of white soap left. So let's see here. The corner here is, well, that's not going to matter. I'm not going to mess with it. Alright, I'm going to attempt to clean up the edges a little bit. So, I don't know what that pink and yellow is going to do in there. It could very well end up being nothing but a huge, entire, big mess. Yay! That's exactly what I wanted. Was a gigantic mess inside my soap. So I think this yellow is still great for drizzling. So I'm going to get me some of it, and we're going to drizzle it over the top. Haphazardly, mind you. Now this soap is not, this is not perfect. So if you're seeing this right now and you're thinking, oh my God, she is ruining it, you might be right. And that's okay. Because we're learning here. This is a learning channel. You're learning with me. I am not an expert. I do not pretend to play an expert on YouTube. I am just learning to soap. And I thought I'd share it with you all. Maybe you'll see me do something and say, oh, I'm not going to do that. She did that and that didn't quite work out for her. We're going to avoid that at all costs. That sucked. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to pause, set this aside, and I'll bring you, I'm going to get another mold to put the rest of this in. Okay. I'll bring you right back. So I'm going to take a page out of Holly from Missouri River Soaps book, and I'm going to play with the sides here. This is the first time I've done this, so it may or may not work. What's the worst that can happen, right? I know, I'm ruining it. I definitely don't have her touch. Holly, you're definitely the queen of this. But that's okay. Can't learn if you don't try. So, let's see. Not really feeling it all that much. So let's see what we can do here. I'm making a mess of this soap. And I'm not even liking it. That's terrible. But look at that. What was I thinking there? Oh, this cough. I don't like it. So I'm going to pause and figure out a different plan. I'll be right back. Alright, so I wasn't happy with anything that happened. With anything I got here. So I just put some piping across the top. We'll see how well that works out. I'm not really happy with it at all. But, you know, what can you do, really? I'm going to put some glitter across it. Because after all, it is heaven sent. So, heaven is white and pretty and sparkly, in my opinion. I guess for some people, heaven is different colors. But this is just my opinion. You know, it's not, I'm not saying that your heaven has to be the same color as my heaven. I know some of you probably don't even believe in heaven, and that's okay too. That's okay too. Uh-oh. That little pearl was naughty. Naughty pearl. My poor husband's upstairs coughing just as much as I cough. He caught whatever it is I have as well. And it's no fun whatsoever. Alright. Let's see. I may sprinkle a little more of these pearls on top of this one. Just a few here and there. Make sure we get all of the pieces. Don't want to leave anybody out. And yes, I know I'm haphazardly putting these balls on. Please don't send me hate mail because of my balls. I've heard of some people getting hate mail because they didn't. Uh-oh, I dropped one on the floor. That's no good. Oh well. Alright, so I think I'm going to add just a little bit of yellow sugar. Give it a few more sparkles. And a little bit of pink, because this is a yellow and pink soap. Just a little bit. And we're going to call that done. It's not what I had in mind at all, but it will do. And I'm going to spritz with alcohol. Stave off some of that lye ash, and we're going to call that done. Until next time, happy soaping. Bye-bye.